Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Gregory Crazed Art. I am Gregory Crazed, and you are now in a place where I draw and paint scenes and stuff from different realities I happen to see in my mind. I'll also tell you what's about to go on in these scenes in the form of a short story. So, just kick it with me for 8 to 12 minutes, give or take a few, and I'll draw you a picture and tell you a story. Okay, we're going to jump back into reality 111. So here's a quick recap on this reality from my previous video. In this reality, we have a world that's full of a bunch of creatures that we'd call monsters. They exist on a planet called Kabi, basically Earth in our reality. The monsters in this reality are surreal, but they're basically like us in more than a few ways. In fact, I'd say that they are us. They just don't look like us. They experience the same things we do: love, hate, joy, pain, resentment, pleasure, yada yada, pretty much everything, including having fears of their own. They could be rational, irrational, or, just plain ridiculous. This story is about Esh Asher. Now, Esh Asher is quite the looker. Not really easy on the eyes. Actually, just the sight of him will make you want to gouge your eyes out. Quite frightening in person. Very, very immense in stature, and perhaps if not the strongest, then he's most certainly one of the strongest and hardest workers on all of Kabi. In our reality, we could closely relate him to a tradesman, like a construction worker. He built the entire underground inn by himself in under 72 days. To scale it in your mind, just think of any medium-sized casino hotel on the Vegas Strip, only underground, with a very nice-sized pool, and there you have it. Such a feat could only be done by Esh Asher if he had done so with no sleep and constant work, which is exactly what happened. Working and working, building, cutting, digging, wiring, plumbing, all day and all night for over 2 months straight. He worked and worked and worked, going far beyond the normal levels of any creature's capabilities that exist in that reality, or more so on the planet Kabi. You might say, even shattering what they thought they could accomplish, given light to what their mortal bodies and minds can do or comprehend when determination is involved, especially in order to achieve such a goal and finish such an immense project. You can only describe it as, well, breathtakingly amazing. Once the project was complete, the locals dubbed him with another accolade, a nickname he's also come to be better known by, although less proud of, was Esh Asher, the Sleepless. As it turns out, at the particular time I was able to witness this creature, this monster, complete such an immeasurable task, it was his anniversary. You see, it's been 9 years since he last had a good night's sleep. Really, any sleep for that matter. 9 years, that's 3,285 days. And today, just like all the days past, was long and exhausting. Yet and still, Esh Asher couldn't get to sleep. No, it wasn't for the lack of exhaustion. He was plenty tired. He just couldn't get to sleep, or rather, a better explanation would be, he refused it. Why? Well, the short answer is, he's afraid. It's the fear that keeps him awake. It's the fear that drives his body to move forward, never truly relaxing, not even for a single moment. It's the fear, the actual fear of going to bed, the fear of going to sleep. No, it was the fear of his dreams. He wasn't always like this. No, in fact, for the first 70 years of his youth, it was never like this. Sleep was an escape for him, like a lifelong friend that he would meet up with every night and have crazy adventures with. Sleep was his, as well as our human body's recharge. It was always something he used to look forward to. Not now, though. Nope. Not since that one never-ending night. That time when he fell asleep, into a deep, deep sleep, a sleep so deep he wasn't able to awaken from. He slept and dreamt for 7 days. According to him and his hysterics, it was the children. The children in his dream that kept him there. He didn't actually know what to call them at the time. But I knew. I knew just by his description who they were. Just some human children. Some kids that would drift in and out of Reality 111. And for whatever reason, they were specifically connected to Asher. I do not know why. During his 7-day torment, they paralyzed him and pinned his body, his arms and his legs, down to the bedpost, tying him there, locking him in place. They wrapped a sheet around his chest and throat so tightly that he felt his ribs cracking and lungs compressing. Tight to the point he couldn't speak, breathe, yell, or even much less scream. All the while they howled to the sky and yelled and shrieked these words. "We caught one! Hey Mom, we caught a monster!" When their fiery-filled, beady little eyes was all he could see, and the tears and cold sweat flowed off his face, he woke up violently shaking, throwing off the sweat-soaked sheets to feel and breathe in the cool air as it hit his clammy skin. That's when fear started setting in. For 1 year they invaded and tormented him as he slept. Each time he would find it harder and harder to wake, fearful that one day he would fall asleep, never to wake again, while the paralysis kids had their way. He vowed never to sleep again. He searched for months to find ways to keep his body and his mind active, awake, and alert. He talked with many individuals, doctors, to see exactly what he could do. Most of their suggestions would work, but only for a few hours. It wasn't until he met a mysterious individual that all his problems would be solved. That's when he heard about the joba java plant. Kind of like a natural speed drug. One leaf with all its sugar and caffeine would keep him up for 10 full days. That's 1 whole week in Kabi. So with that, he began consuming copious amounts of caffeine and sugar from the joba java plant leaves. Each leaf 14,000 times the potency of a cup of coffee. He forced himself into a continuous insomniac state. For 9 years, this has been his fate. But tonight, on this night, the exhaustion is just overwhelming. And there's only so much time his mind can will his body from taking rest before the inevitable happens, and sleep eventually finds him. Well, hey, that's the video, you guys, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If not, don't trip. Just, come back and kick it with me for the next one. Maybe you'll find something that you do like. Also, if you want to drop a comment and tell me what you think, then please feel free to do so. I'll definitely enjoy the read and responding to you. So yeah, for those of you listening, hope you enjoyed the story, and for those of you watching, hope you enjoyed the art. And if you did happen to enjoy it, then feel free to like it with that thumbs up, and or subscribe if you so choose. And I will see you next time.